Three-eyed snake. In May of 2019, a three-eyed snake was found on an Australian highway and rescued by Northern Territory Parks and Wildlife Service. The rare snake was discovered near the town of Humpty Doo. Seriously, that's an actual real place. Shout out to anyone watching from Humpty Doo. The baby carpet python sadly passed away shortly after it was found. The cyclops snake had been struggling to eat because of its deformity. One of the rangers who found the snake called the discovery peculiar. Now, if you've ever been to our channel before, then you know that sometimes we can talk for a long time about snakes. And up next, I've got to show you another one. This guy right here is called a paradise flying tree snake, and they can grow up to about 1.2 meters long. Now, I already know what you're thinking. You never heard of a snake that can fly. And how do they fly if they don't have wings? So, okay, they don't actually fly, but what they do is glide themselves across the sky by sucking in their gut and forcing their body to take on a sort of U-shape, enabling them to coast from tree branch to forest floor. Pretty sweet, right? If you could fly, would you? Let us know down below in the comments, and be sure to use that hashtag #MissingTopic. The Chinese hourglass spider. In ancient times, records from the Chinese dynasties were kept on the significance of these rare and impressive spiders. It was so revered that it was considered a symbol of the power of the Chinese emperor and was heralded in the pages of the Ya, the Chinese Empire's oldest surviving dictionary, that roughly dates back to the 2nd century BC. In fact, these creatures are so rare that it was considered an extinct species of the ancient world. But astonishingly, in the Chinese province of Sichuan in the year 2000, a Chinese farmer rediscovered the revered species of spider climbing across his field. So rare that since its rediscovery, it's only been spotted in the wild 6 times. The Chinese hourglass spider is a remarkable sight to behold. A predatory species of the trapdoor variety, it builds an intricate den of soil, sand, and plant debris that it uses to ambush its prey. The astonishing patterns that make up the bulk of its body have defined it as one of the most enchanting arachnids on the planet. Eastern Massasauga rattlesnake. The U.S. state of Michigan only has one venomous snake, and it's very rare. The Eastern Massasauga rattlesnake almost never puts in an appearance and is considered to be a threatened species. So imagine how surprised you'd be if one showed up on your kayak paddle. In May of 2019, Jonathan and Jessica Hoffman were on a 14-hour fishing trip in Cleveland Lake in Michigan when the rare snake cut through the water. The 29-inch long poisonous serpent ended up on their boat paddle. Look at how thick it is. It seems the married couple and seasoned fishermen weren't scared though. They said they were excited to see such a rare and beautiful snake with their own eyes. They discovered the snake is calm. It sounds like they got lucky. The peacock spider. This arachnid is so mesmerizing and its behavior so unique that it may well be considered the rarest spider on the planet. Also, we're not accounting for the fact that this may also be the cutest arachnid in the natural world. And although that may be difficult for some arachnophobes, there's no denying that this little guy is pretty charming. Taking their namesake from the bright feather-like plumage of their bodies, the male species of the peacock spider seeks to impress the female by orchestrating an elaborate dance, one of the only species of arachnid on the planet to demonstrate such a unique behavior. As it dances, it lifts up its tail flap to dazzle the female with its bright array of colors. For their tiny size, most of them are under an inch long. The peacock spider demonstrates a remarkable intelligence. Mainly native to Australia, new variations of the species are being discovered every year. So who knows what other wonders the rare peacock spider has to offer. Short-nosed sea snake. The short-nosed sea snake, also known as the Sahu reef snake, is confined to a small area of the coast of northwest Australia. The snake has only ever been found in 2 reefs, the Ashmore Reef and the Hibernia Reef. both of which are under threat. The water snake has a unique look to it and gets its name from its squashed head and pointed little snout. Scientists are worried that these snakes may have nearly died out. None have been seen in years. The last confirmed sighting was in December of 2015. The snake is a purplish color and measures around 2.5 feet long. However, if you see one, it's best to keep your distance as they are venomous. It's thought that the breakdown of the coral in their habitat has led to their decline, as well as leading to other ecological collapses. The metallic tarantula. With a name like that, it's no wonder that the tarantula is considered the most famous of its kind. The metallic tarantula is so unique and so elusive that they're often highly sought after by collectors of the species. Also known as the Goody sapphire ornamental, this tarantula exhibits an intricate fractal-like pattern on its abdomen that captures and reflects light in order to give a shimmering blue appearance. Found exclusively in central India, tragically, the metallic tarantula is considered a critically endangered species, and it's sad reality that soon the metallic tarantula may disappear from the planet entirely. In the wild, these rare creatures hide in holes where it spins its defensive web and are incredibly photosensitive to light, rarely appearing throughout the day. The territory of the metallic tarantula has diminished to just a single forest in India, making them one of the rarest spiders on the planet. Horned desert viper. One glance at this snake and I already know that it's a serpent that I wouldn't want to mess with. Look at it. It has horns. This would be scary looking enough even without the devil horns, but they really are the icing on the cake. The horned desert viper is a very rare snake that can occasionally be spotted in deserts of North Africa. The snake sparked the imagination of ancient civilizations, and it's thought that this was the snake of choice for Cleopatra to end her life. The horned desert viper can be deadly. Its venom is made of 13 different toxins that can cause hallucinations, mental disorders, organ failure, hemorrhaging, and even death. Not feeling great about the horned viper, I've got to be honest. Scarily, you probably wouldn't see one until it was too late. They bury themselves into the sand with just their eyes and horns poking out as they wait to strike. The horrid ground weaver. Although all of the spiders on this list are incredibly rare, this one may well be the rarest of them all. In fact, this species of spider has only ever been spotted in one single location on planet Earth, in Plymouth, England, of all places. The horrid ground weaver, which is a tiny variation of the monkey spider, is so rare that it's only ever been spotted on 3 occasions in the Southwest. Under its scientific name of Nothophantes horridus, this tiny arachnid has fascinated scientists and researchers for decades, and many people have gone to great lengths in protecting this impossibly unique spider, with their 3 known locations in Plymouth being turned into protected sites. The horrid ground weaver remains to be perhaps the most elusive spider ever documented. Antiguan racer. At the time the serpent was awarded the Guinness World Record for the rarest snake in the world in 2004, there were only 150 Antiguan racer snakes in existence. The snake was actually thought to have gone extinct at one point following the introduction of the non-indigenous Asian mongoose and invasive European black rats. A group of the snakes were later found on Great Bird Island, off the coast of Antigua, which is the only place they can be found today. Since 2004, they have been making a comeback, which is great for the snake, although it's still considered critically endangered. No need to worry either, the Antiguan racer snake is harmless to humans. The Goliath bird eater. If you're ever fortunate enough to stumble upon the Goliath bird eater, then you'd better be prepared to run. Not only is the Goliath bird eater one of the rarest and most elusive arachnids on the planet, it's also one of the largest, gaining its namesake from the fact that its huge stature has led to be able to reportedly take down large birds. Seriously, this thing is the size of a small puppy, with its mammoth leg span often reaching over 12 inches. Researchers who have witnessed the Goliath bird eater have commented on how you can sometimes hear it coming, with its massive size making a distinctive clicking noise as it creeps its way across the rainforest floor. Native to South America, the Goliath bird eater is most often found along the Amazon basin and have previously been considered to be a rare delicacy for the local tribes found along the Amazon River. Down to them being hunted as a food source, the population of the Goliath bird eater is currently under threat, leading to them being far more elusive than ever before. The white slaty gray. A very rare white snake was found in northern Australia in 2017, and it turned out not to be an albino. The rare slaty gray snake, which are usually dark brown, was leucistic. This means that its scales were lacking pigment, but it had a regular black eye. Albino animals are lacking all pigment and have red eyes. The snake was a very rare find indeed and was put in quarantine to keep it away from other snakes. While the slaty gray will bite if cornered, they aren't venomous, although it's noted that they will emit a pungent smell if they're angry. The rare white serpent seems to be the only one of its kind. What do you guys think about this snake? Do you think it looks scary or pretty cool? The long-horned orb weaver. Orb weaver spiders are often rare and elusive, but the long-horned variety is considered to be one of the most highly sought after by collectors of the species, down to how little it's been seen in the wild. All orb weaver spiders are known for the webs that they spin, spiral wheel-shaped, that are common throughout the 2,800 variations of the species. The long-horned variety gets its namesake from the two large horns that sprout from its body during adolescence, whose purpose continue to baffle scientists to this day. Seriously, no one can understand what function these massive horns have. Oddly enough, for a rare species of spider, it's found across a wide number of countries across Southeast Asia, particularly in Myanmar, and has even made its way to the Southeast United States. The long-horned orb weaver is just as bizarre as it is elusive, and it remains to be one of the rarest and most remarkable variations of the species. The Albany adder. This incredibly rare and incredibly poisonous adder was found after a search team physically went on a mission to go look for it. There have only ever been 12 recorded sightings of an Albany adder in history, and the last time it'd been seen was around a decade before the rediscovery. Look at this snake. It has a very unique and threatening look. That purple forked tongue, yikes. It isn't quite as menacing as the horned desert viper, but it is up there. The poisonous snake was found in South Africa, but the exact location is being kept under wraps in case it encourages poachers. Grant Smith of the Endangered Wildlife Trust said that the team of researchers hugged each other and jumped up and down with excitement when they found the snake. I'm not sure I would have been that enthusiastic though. After all, this snake, like other adders, is thought to be deadly. However, just how toxic the serpent's venom is unknown. There are so few of these snakes in existence that we haven't been able to study them too closely. The Hercules baboon spider. While the Goliath bird eater spider is certainly one of the largest arachnids on the planet, even the puppy-sized monster pales in comparison to the sheer weight of the Hercules baboon spider. Seriously, this thing is astoundingly huge. However, the Hercules baboon spider hasn't been spotted in the wild since the early 1900s, potentially making it one of the rarest arachnids on the list. A genetic variation of the species, the king baboon spider, that is native to Africa, is far more common than its predecessor. The only known specimen of the Hercules baboon spider is currently kept in a jar of preserving alcohol in the Natural History Museum, and it's highly unlikely that any other specimens will be found anytime soon. Although the Goliath bird eater is far larger in terms of leg span, the Hercules baboon spider is a bulky sort of beast, and we may never know the true extent of their size. Some scientists speculate that in the wild, there are far larger versions of the Hercules baboon spider. Double Dave. Two-headed snakes are very rare, but they do exist. Even so, it's even rarer to see a mutated snake with your own eyes. In September of 2019, a double-headed rattlesnake nicknamed Double Dave was found in a forest in the U.S. state of New Jersey. Double Dave is a venomous pit viper that has two fully formed heads with two brains. This means there is a double chance of being bitten. Double Dave is 10 inches long and growing, but the scientist who found him, Dave Schneider, claimed the snake wouldn't live long as it's likely the two heads would fight each other off for food, not realizing they share a digestive system. Now that's pretty sad. The condition of having more than one head is called polycephaly and is known to occur across the animal kingdom in very rare cases. Double Dave isn't the only two-headed snake found in the wild. In 2018, a California king snake was found and put on display at the Reptile Expo in Switzerland.